Shout out to the super chatters, Raiders 48, Willie G. To keep up the great work, Jay. Vicos, Go Fund J Internet. I got you, bro. Cool. But we gonna get into it. So make sure y'all like the stream. Now I want to say this about the topic. This isn't a Jada Black original. This is a topic from an article. Or the Humble Beast. Okay, Willie G, cool. This was a topic from an article from the New York Post. I want to make sure I have it correct. It was an article from the New York Post that says broke men are hurting American women's marriage prospects. Again, this isn't me saying this, because I know people who are not very intelligent is going to see a title and think that I made it up, that it's my feelings. You know, those are the people who rather go to the comment section and comment instead of actually listening to the commentary, and they look like complete fools, you know, and they wonder why you may get a little disrespectful with them in the comments or just dismiss them, you know, because I can't respect somebody that, one, doesn't do research, and two, be quick to judge and comment before actually getting things into proper context, you know. And back, well, Jane, why would you say that to me? Because, bro, you made one of the most ignorant comments I've ever seen, and I just showed how, you know, unintelligent you really are. Then they get in their feelings, they get upset. Jane, I support you. Right, but I've never seen you before. You know, support ain't just watching videos, you know. There's a lot of different ways to support people. You know, people only throw the support word around when you catch them in their bullshit. When you catch somebody in their bullshit, now all of a sudden they're a supporter. Now all of a sudden they're a supporter. I don't care who you are. If I catch you with some BS, it's a wrap. It's over. It's done. Especially when you run into the comment section without listening to the commentary that I worked on so diligently. Well, make sure y'all like the stream. Let's see who's here early. All right. True ATLN, K Nicole, Nubian Life, Nick the Magnificent, Vern, Amani, Message, Michael, Terrell, let's see, Richard, Big Rich, let's see, Emmanuel, Patrick, let's see, Gerard, Kadazi, D-Map, Renee, Yellow, Mellow, Vicos, Ill Wills, Marie, Black Rhino, Raiders, Naima was good. Shout out to Naima. T Malone, Lavender, Casey, Now Solder, Gemini was good. Jonathan Terry, what's up? Rebel. And the thing is, what I'm going to start doing is saying certain things in my videos to see if people are actually going to go back, not going to respond to it in the comment section. I'm going to say, hey, let's see. I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna say something in the video to do this specific thing, and if most of them don't do it, then I know you didn't watch the video now. Or you watched a couple minutes of it. Yeah. Shout out to Casey. I see you doing big things. They keep it up. Appreciate it, Casey. Like the stream, people. We gonna get into this article from the New York Post and how they're trying to make excuses for why women can't find a man. Okay. Every excuse has been used. Now you got women talking about they're not being protected. You got women talking about men just don't got enough money. They talk about men being incels. All these excuses for why a lot of women just can't find a good man. You know? So I want people to understand that, there are a lot of women who are single, a lot of women who just can't find a decent guy. They just can't. And I think it's because society has skewed how, dating wise, how we deal with each other, That's why it's up to us at the end of the day to be able to become the people we want to be and not go by societal standards. But I want to say the shout out to the everybody who's become a member. Shout out to the people that's, support me on Patreon. I appreciate that. Yes, I am putting live streams up there. I've had some very good live streams over the last couple of days I've put on Patreon. And I am going to start putting a more original content as far as videos. There's one video idea I had yesterday, kind of like a rant on women and talking about how they want protection, and it's like, it's a joke, really. Now you want protection after years of calling the police on people and disrespecting grown men to their face, but now you want protection. What's good, young manhood? We are all responsible for where we're at. We are all responsible for who we want to be. We can't blame everybody else for that. I'm sorry. I don't blame everybody for the mistakes that I've made. I blame myself. There was a point where, I would point the finger about certain things, but I grew up. I understood that the only way to make change is to really work on yourself. You have to do that. And that's why people are so fractured. There's really no community, especially for melanated people. There really is no community. There's none. The women don't respect the men. The men have gotten weak and effeminate. This is why you got men going to jail to try to prove their love for black women, and they end up looking like complete fools. Shout out to Ill Will. Salute Jay for the tip jar. You orchestrate and compose this YouTube symphony. We appreciate both. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot, Ill Wills, for the support, man. Listen, I'm not trying to get arrested to prove my love and devotion to nobody, unless I felt the need to defend somebody in my family or defend somebody who's close to me that I care about. I'm not about to sit up here and go to jail for nobody. I'm not about to sit up here and make a complete fool of myself. And what's funny is that the guy, I think his name is Tyrone Muhammad, right? You got the Tyrone Muhammad guy who literally went to jail trying to defend this black queen. You trying to defend this black queen, and bro, the next day they're back at the nail shop laughing and talking shit about you. I can't believe that nigga did that. I'm in here trying to get my nails done. This nigga throwing a brick through the window, talking about you like a complete dog, man. And y'all wonder why people call some of you pro-wax, because you can't fix what is broken. You can't fix what is broken. You're going to get a little bit of validation, but you're going to get a lot of ridicule, a lot of people making fun of you, I know the mindset of these women. I've been around them. They will praise you one minute and then they'll be talking shit about you the next. When are y'all going to learn that these women respect men who put them in their place, men who are not intimidated by them, and men who are not seeking their validation? Shout out to Darte. What's up, Jay? Paying my late fee. Keep dropping facts, bro. Much appreciation, Darte. Women like men who talk shit to them. They're not going to tell you that, but you should know that by the men that they choose. They don't respect nice guys. They don't like y'all, throwing a cape on and swooping in to defend them. When I hear some of these guys on YouTube and social media go to bat for women they don't know, it's frustrating, because I know that those women don't respect that. I see women all the time disrespect you dudes, man, and y'all go right back for more and more abuse because you think that by putting up with their abuse towards you that you're going to win their approval. They're going to see you as different than everybody else. That's not how it works. I wish some of you wouldn't understand that, but it doesn't. It's not how it works. Let me just say this. A lot of people, not a lot, but there have been a few people that wanted me to speak on the debate for Revolt TV. I was going to do a video, but I'm not going to do a video. I'm going to speak about it live. Since y'all are here live, let's speak about it live. Make sure y'all like the stream. You know, I didn't watch the whole debate. I sort of skimmed through certain parts, but what I did see was a complete joke. Now here you got a panel full of quote unquote black people, right? And then you got Candace Owens there. And now Katrina Pearson is also a conservative, but she didn't get nearly the flack that Candace Owens has because Candace Owens is more vocal, you know, about her support of Trump and being a conservative, blah, blah, blah. But her and T.I. went at it, and, you know, it just seemed to me that they didn't care what she had to say. They just wanted her there to hear what they had to say. And what was really more embarrassing is that you had Diddy. Hold on. You had Diddy and all these other people in the crowd acting like this is Apollo 99 or Apollo 2000. They hopping up and down out their seats and it was a complete sideshow. And y'all wonder why we ain't getting no respect, man. I'm not saying that you should act a certain way, but Diddy, you're basically what, a multi-billionaire? Why are you in the crowd like you a fan? What happened to being professional, having a professional debate? Now, none of these other conservatives are going to want to be in that environment no more. Seeing what Candace Owens sat there and she tried to put her positions out there, but she had T.I. right there to sort of like talk down to her and not really care what she had to say. Then, you know, you got these quote unquote, you know, black empowerment people calling themselves the niggas every 5 minutes. What's good, Kelly, man? I say, are we at a debate or are we at the Apollo? Like, what's going on here? Where's the Sandman? I mean, seriously. Now, Killer Mike gave a speech towards the tail end. It was okay. You know, it was okay. But once again, I just want y'all to understand that why can't we agree to disagree? Debates happen all the time. We don't get personally involved. We don't allow our feelings to take over. But to me, this was an embarrassment. I mean, you got Killer Mike, who's supposed to be pro-black right now. He did seem more bipartisan than T.I. T.I. just seemed like a guy who claims he's speaking for the people, but was ready to call the police on his own people when he was at that gas station a couple years ago. You know? See you, Jay Sean. What's up? Y'all remember that video of T.I. about to call the police because them niggas was those those melanated brothers and sisters wanted a picture with him, and he was like, no. But he's speaking for those same people, even though he was about ready to call the police on him. He was about that close. He was about that close from calling the police. But yeah, man, they supposed to be the ones speaking up for quote unquote black people. Listen, none of them on stage spoke for me. I'm sorry. None of them spoke for me. I don't want to hear T.I. speak for me. I don't want to hear Killer Mike speak for me. To a certain extent, I don't want to hear Candace Owens speaking for me. Even though she's more about, you know, being more open about your thoughts and who you are and your opinions. But I mean, that was a complete sideshow. And it's an embarrassment. This is why people laugh at us, man. Like, we don't get no respect out here, man. Because look how we treat ourselves. We treat ourselves like it's a complete joke. How are you for black empowerment, but you use a derogatory terms towards yourself? Listen, I'm not one of these pro-blacks. But I'm just saying, if I was one, I would try to clean up the derogatory and stereotypical things that have been used against us, but they're not doing. They're embracing it. They're embracing it, which is why I don't listen to these people and why I don't follow these people. These people are in it for the money. They're just in it to get paid and to be on TV and, you know, to seem like they are counterculture. But counterculture just means that you're for degeneracy. That's all it means. If you're, you know, if you're a liberal and you know, have those viewpoints. But we are sliding and regressing fast as a society, man. It's sad. It really is, you know. But yeah, man, we gonna get into this article that I thought was kind of fascinating, and how they're trying to use every trick in the book to say this is the reason why men won't marry you. You know, we you know, you should change, you know, your behavior and your attitude. Maybe those things will help, you know. Oh yeah, he did. Was it Tashara? Yes, he did say that the black dude looked like a gorilla. Yes, he did. He was actually kind of defending that white woman. But that's the guy I'm supposed to hear about being black. That's the guy I'm supposed to hear about being black. That guy. The guy, again, that was about to call the police on his own people. Okay? Yo, every time I think about that video or have seen it again, that's just hilarious. How T.I. just, you can tell he lives in a bubble, man. I don't care how relatable these people are. They live in a bubble. They live in a complete bubble. They don't live around y'all. They speak for y'all, but they don't live nowhere near y'all. They don't want to be around y'all at all. But they will go on TV and claim that they speaking for you. But anyway, let's get to this New York Post article. It says broke men are hurting American women's marriage prospects. I don't understand how, but okay. There's a devastating shortage of men who have their act together, according to a new study that may not be so surprising to all the single ladies out there. Research now suggests that the reason for the recent years' decline in marriage rates could have something to do with the lack of economically attractive male spouses who can bring home the bacon, according to the paper published Wednesday in the Journal of Family and Marriage. Now, I want to know from the people here, because I have my own theory. What the heezy is economic, you know, unattractiveness? Because what I would see it as is you just not want a man who's broke. But I think that what goes on is that there are too many women out there who've been willing to date men who are broke. And what I have been saying over the last 4 years of making content is that you need to really think about the type of men you date before you date them. Because what's going to happen is, if he financially doesn't hold up his end, you're going to be ready to get out of that situation if it falls apart. And it's more than likely gonna fall apart. You know? Like it is. And you have to understand, you have to be careful of dating a guy just because you think he looks good. Or just because he got swag. You know, you were friends with him for a long time. That should not equal you getting into a relationship with the guy if he can't financially do the things necessary in order to make that relationship work. So you don't have to stress every day going to work to a job you hate about having to pay the bills. All right. Now, I know for me, it should not be difficult to find a person who you're attracted to that has a job. Okay. You can say it's a good job. It's a decent job. It's a job that pays very well. There are different spectrums of things. I think that once again, there's no accountability on the women in the situation. You're blaming the men for being economically broke. Okay, they're broke. But that's not the majority of men. The majority of men are not broke. Are there some dudes out there that pockets are on empty? Absolutely. But guess what? A lot of them dudes got kids. A lot of them dudes never not have a girlfriend. There are plenty of broke dudes out there that got plenty of women that they deal with. You know, they riding around the passenger side. You know, sometimes they might drive the car. Ain't got no money for gas, but they'll be up in there. That's the problem. You got women whose standards and men are way low as far as finances is concerned. So they're willing to overlook certain things as long as they are attracted to him physically. If they are attracted to him physically, they will overlook his lack of, financial input in that relationship. We know this goes on. There are women out there working 2 jobs to take care of their kids and this grown man. Got this dude on an allowance, man. All because they have low self-esteem. All because they have low self-esteem. And because it's a dude that she probably always wanted to date. Y'all know what's very interesting is that there are women out there, okay, that went to high school with a guy, right? They always liked that guy, but that guy had no interest in them. But 5 years after high school, once she done went to college, got her a degree, then got her a good job. She bought her car. She in the process of building her credit up, got her credit good. She could buy her a home in the next couple of years. She ends up dating this guy. The guy who should be the opposite of what she's trying to get. But oh no, she going right back to him. Because that high school crush never went away. She worked years to get a degree, to get her a good job, all just to, in her personal dating life, regress and go back to want to date a guy from high school or the neighborhood she grew up in that she was always into. You know, he sees an opportunity, so now he with her. You know, that's what is going on out here at a very alarming rate. There's a very alarming rate of college educated women or women with very good jobs, whether it be in the corporate world, maybe they're registered nurses or whatever they're at. And they're going out here and they're dating guys who don't have anything. These guys are in debt. These guys can't file a tax return because they know it's going to go straight to the government for the back child support they owe. And these are the guys who have multiple kids, multiple baby mamas. They always got a girlfriend. They break up with one girl, they with another one. And yes, she has her own place, her own car, and she's okay with that. She's okay with that. You see, it's very easy for women to get a job these days. They have made it so easy for women to get in college or to get jobs. So easy that, yes, there are going to be women who financially are doing better than a percentage of men out here, because you have a percentage of men who, because they were raised in, bad economic backgrounds, they may have turned to a life of crime, been in and out of jail, or they choose to work fast food jobs, or they choose to work jobs at a store, like businesses where they're making minimum wage, and they end up doing that for over 10, 15 years without going to get a skilled trade, without going back to school. They stuck working the same type of jobs, and they won't even accept a promotion because they don't want to look like they're doing better than everybody else at the job. That's the mentality of these guys. And I've seen this myself. People been working at McDonald's for 10 years. They're on a 10-year plan. 10 years. I can see if you're working there while you're in college, you know what I'm saying, while you're working on getting your degree. Maybe you're at a 2-year college and you're working, to work, side jobs here and there because you're working on your degree so you can get a better job. But that don't be the case in some of these situations. Shout out to Darian Nelson. Women want equal opportunity, but not equal responsibility. They want to be able to do whatever while men are held to traditional dating roles. That's how it is now, Darian. They do want equality, but when it comes to being truly equal, they don't want that. Just like you got women talking about they want protection, but when they are left to fend for themselves, protection-wise, they, where the men at? And it's like, which way do you want to go? You can't expect the guy to fly in with a cape, and the next thing you know, that you're telling this guy you could have done it yourself. You didn't need his help. Because that's probably what would have happened, after that. Let's get the rest of this. Most American women hope to marry, but current shortages of marriageable men with a stable job and good income make this increasingly difficult, says lead author Daniel Lichter. I think that's how you say Lichter. In a press release, Daniel adds that unless your dream man is an Uber driver, the dearth of would-be grooms is prominent in the current gig economy of unstable, low-paying service jobs. To investigate the man's drought, researchers create profiles of potential husbands based on real husbands as logged in the American Community Survey data. They then compared these hypothetical spouses with actual unmarried men. They found that a woman made up hubby makes 58% more than the current lineup of eligible bachelors. The study reveals large deficiencies, deficient in supply of potential male spouses. The study concludes many young men today have little to bring to a marriage, especially as young women education levels on average now exceed their male suitors. Well, that is because women, for the most part, are flocking to colleges. They're flocking to colleges. Men aren't. Men are not going to college like that. Men are going directly into the workforce. That's why I tell a lot of guys, you should go get you a skill trade. I think those numbers also don't add in the fact that dudes go and get skill trades. They may go into the military. They may go into business for themselves. But I don't think that to qualify as a marriage material, you have to, basically be a millionaire. And I think what they didn't add in there is that look at the credit. I mean, the net worth. Look at the net worth of men and look at the net worth of women. Now, I think there are a lot of men out there who can financially support themselves, but it's a choice to go out here and get with these guys who cannot financially pull himself in that particular relationship. These guys, and what's really interesting is that there are lazy men out here. There are men who are lazy. There are men that don't want to work. Shout out to Angela King, became a member. Appreciate that, Angela King. I see you got that member badge looking nice on you. But I think that once again, it's a choice, man. A man who's doing good for himself. A man who ain't dusty. A man who ain't got a bunch of baby mamas. You make the choice. Because listen, why do you think that they have something called educated lames or men who are considered not as masculine because they're not hyper masculine, so they're not attractive in that manner to women? What about that? So you got women who are purposely avoiding these guys. I've heard women claim that men who work in corporate America are, they've dissed them. It's always an excuse. Listen, you either want to do better or you don't. The choice to choose men who ain't got no money is a you choice. That's a you choice and a you problem. Okay? Stop making it everybody else's problem. American men are just smarter about marriage, period. There are men who would rather be single and bachelors than get married. Men just don't want to be married, period. Shout out to Darren again. What happened to building with someone? Because a lot of these chicks don't want to build with nobody. They want the man to have everything, especially if it's a man they're not physically attracted to. Let's just be real about it. You know, they want him to have everything set up so they can just, so they can sort of switch on in, so to speak. Shout out to Richard Humbert. Guys are in a catch-22 doing things right, bettering himself, heck, even in hard times, but still do this thing, but won't have a woman look his way. Yet the bad boy, I guess they want all day. Exactly, and that was the point I was trying to make just now, man. Like, they're gonna look for excuses for why they're not attracted to you or why you're not good enough for them, because they want to save a space for this broke guy that can't contribute anything to nobody. He's in debt. He can't file a tax return because it's going straight to the government. Because so he has to put like, he just gets as many independence as he can because he don't want the government taking any taxes out of his check. The bad boys are winning, but guess what? They're losing too, because a lot of these guys are in financial debt for the rest of their life. They're going to have to work for the rest of their life in order to pay back all that back child support. They probably have been divorced before as well. And yeah, the bad boys are winning, but they're losing at the same time, because you're living, and people mentioned in the chat, they're living a hobosexual life. That's how they living. They living a homosexual life, man. That's how they living, man. These guys be choosing that path. That's the wrong. Listen, I'm not trying to be in and out nobody's house, okay? But some of these guys are comfortable doing that. Not me. I can't live off no woman, man. I can't do it, man. I don't know how some of these guys do it. Let me tell y'all something. Some of the most of the homosexuals be. I'll drop my water bottle real quick. Let me pick that up. Most of the homosexuals be right here on YouTube and on other platforms as well. That's where some of these disgruntled people that be in my chat room all the time, or they be in other people's comment section, they homosexuals, man. These are the men that these women choose, and that's why they go so hard for them, man. They done been a homosexual, man. They done lived that life. They done lived that life, man. But yeah, man, a lot of females have got to stop making excuses, man. You are responsible for who's in between you, okay? Stop blaming all American men being broke for why these guys won't marry you, man. These guys ain't marrying you because you're sleeping with them and you're giving up everything before the relationships even start. Now I'm about to put the call-in number in so y'all can call in to the show. I think I've talked enough. You got a lot of these homosexuals right here on I would say on YouTube, but they're all over social media. They living off some woman right now, man. I don't respect that at all. I have to work hard to make sure I have the things necessary to progress in life. You motherfuckers should be doing the same thing. Shout out to Darren. Again, homosexual women are the main ones that complain. Yeah, you got those too. And or you got the happily married women who are on social media all day long, going live but you're happily married, right? Where your husband at? I'm starting to think that social media is these women's side dude, man. They love it just as much as they husband. Oh man, I put the call in number in there, man. Call in, man. Talk to me. Let's keep the lines brief too, man. I can't handle no whole long calls. I got to get to as many people as possible, man. So call in, man. Shout out to Young Manhood Channel. Lower tier bras don't attract men with options. Yeah, and that's why they be upset. You're live with Jada Black. What's happening?
Is this Jada Black?
Yeah, what's good, man?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Correct?
Yeah, you're on the phone right now with me, Jada Black. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Young Black male. I currently am enrolled in college, and I'm majoring in finance.
Okay.
And, when you talked about you could never live off a woman, that just really resonated with me. And I never understood how other men call themselves men and live off a woman. Because as you know, man, most women are very volatile.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as she's mad or she's in her emotions, guess who's going out that door?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I always try to say to other black men, try to get your own, try to be successful on your own, and, try to find true independence, not, living off anyone else, especially a woman.
Right.
But to get to the main topic of the show, I guess, as far as marriage goes, you say that the women give it up too quick. So the men feel as though they don't have to commit any further, correct?
Yeah, I think there are some cases, man. These women get with these guys quick, and these guys like, man, I'm not about to marry. Like they just there for that. They're not there for anything else.
Exactly, and I take it a step further, and I'd even say the financial side of it. A lot of men logically just don't want to part with finances, and I understand that completely.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I'm feeling right now, man, I'm just kind of, I'm in college. I'm just on my bachelor life, just being single and just having fun.
All right, that's the best choice you can make, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate that. Shout out to all the brothers in college. I would say this too. Why don't you, while y'all in college, you can also work on your skills as well. You can never have too many skills to do certain things, man. Yeah, like the stream, people. Take some more calls while I'm here live with the people. If you want to become a member, if you don't see the button there, it should be a link in the description if you want to be a part of Team Jada Black Live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's probably one of the things that is going on now. Why we don't have strong leadership, especially in black communities, is because you don't have men who have their own shit. Now, I'm just saying in that community in general, because a lot of dudes who do have some are pretty much the left. With white women. Shout out to Dollar Washer. Even if a man has his finances in order, what does she really bring to the table? That's interesting, Dollar, because you got some women that claim that all they need is to bring themselves. They don't have to bring nothing to the table. They just themselves. They just gotta look pretty, and be feminine. That's about it. Nah, I don't think so. You gotta have some skills, man. You gotta be able to, like, whatever he can't do, you should be able to do yourself. It almost becomes like a team, man. Some women have it in their mind that the man is supposed to not only pay everything, but he has to pretty much, spoil her. He got to do basically to work and be able to fix things and clean and all that. They just gotta look pretty and shop and spend money and not necessarily bring any skills to that particular situation, But men aren't going to marry a woman who's going to be lazy, who's not going to be able to bring something that he can't to the table. As far as those skills, cooking, that stuff matters, man. Understanding a man's moods, man. Understanding a lot of times we ain't want to talk. We just want to chill and be in our minds. You know what I'm saying? Some women just will nag the shit out of you to the point to where you want her to leave and never come back, I think that there needs to be more emphasis on femininity. I think there are too many women trying to be like men, and their relationships suffer because let's say that they're an office manager. They're going to bring that same office manager mindset home to where she's pushing you around even though you work too, and you're supposed to be the man of the house. She's going to disrespect you in front of your kids, and men ain't going to put up with that. They're not. Like, if I'm not bringing my job home, don't bring your job home. But that's that mindset of I want to be like men. I don't think men are just too broke. I think men just too fed up. And they're making excuses saying, well, they're too broke. No, they're fed up. They're fed up. We really got to talk about these things, man. I'm willing to talk about these things and have these conversations. I'm not one of those people who's closed-minded because I understand there are going to be men that want to get married. There are going to be women that want to get married. And we should be able to have these conversations. I don't like seeing people broken apart and single, living in like their own single, lives, because that's how you destroy a society. To be honest with you. If you got women trying to be men and men trying to be women, or you got, men who are pretty much, not building and not creating and being creative, what are you going to have? Who's going to raise these kids? Even though you shouldn't have kids unless you're ready. But there needs to be balance. You got the people who are not going to be married, and you got the people who are. There needs to be that balance, because without that balance, everything is going to fall off kilter. And it's just going to be chaos, complete and utter chaos. We all have our own choices we make in life. Not everybody should make the same choices. And then you got women talking about protection, but I see them get in the faces of grown men. I'm not protecting no woman that's hopping in the face of a grown man. I'm not. Stop doing that. And then once that dude put hands on you, now you looking for people to protect you. That'll be no. That'll be no. That'll be no. I could see if a guy just started, getting in your face and just was trying to fight you for no reason whatsoever. But if you're hopping in the face of a guy thinking that he ain't gonna do nothing, I mean, come on, man. If he do something, then you shit out of luck. That's why women gotta listen. If women want men to be in relationships with them and marry them, they have to speak out against these certain agendas that is going on. All this effeminizing children, saying children can choose their own genders, siding with the alphabet community. This is what has happened when you do this shit. Now it's starting to come back on you. Now you got men who want to become women, and they're going to utilize your behaviors to do it. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Agendas that is going on.
Hello?
Yeah, is that Jada?
Yeah, what's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? This Alfred. I'm on your stream. I just want to call and say what's up to you.
Hey, man, what's going on? Nothing much, man.
All right. Hey, I want to appreciate all the good work that you're doing, and just thanks, man. You gave me some words of wisdom back in the day, okay. And I still remember listening to your stream on my way to work, and hearing you say everybody's laughing at you.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, everybody's laughing at you. And you know what? When you said that, guess what I did? Called her up and told her that's it. I stopped giving her money because everybody's laughing.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah, good. But on a real note, though, I really want to say something else about one thing that I've been noticing here, and it seems like I've been seeing older black homeless women like walking the street and sleeping in the post office over here, like in the Maryland area where I'm living at. Really? And I was just wondering, I just wanted to run that by you because I think that that's going to end up being a symptom of what a lot of the things that we talk about here. Not only the attack on the black man in general, but also this inability for the men and the women to get together. So later on in life, it's like that there's no one around to take care of these older black women. And I believe that the homeless rate for black ladies we're probably going to see that increase. So I just wanted to, shout that out to you and just put that on you so maybe you can check that out one day and see what's up.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Okay, well, cool. Well, thanks for the call, man, and being a long-time listener, man.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Thanks.
All right, thanks, man. He said the rise in female homelessness. I can see that. I can definitely see a homelessness growing, especially with females, especially the ones that are collecting government assistance or the ones who don't have skills and they don't have education. They work in the same type of jobs, and once they lose those jobs and they don't have anybody, I can definitely see that happening. Like I really can, because there's a big homelessness problem, especially in these big cities, especially in California. They don't give a listen. California do not care about the homeless there. Now they're talking about they're going to implement some programs, but what took so long, And it's just a lot is happening. That's why I tell people, man, there's just so much happening in the world. You gotta let go of the hate and move on with your life, and work on building yourself up because a lot of people don't have anything. You don't have anything. And the homelessness is becoming a big issue. It really is. And California, for the longest, didn't care. Like they literally got sections of their city probably quarantined because of it. I don't know if that's true, but they have portions of the city where it's almost like you're going to see nothing but homeless people. And the people who claim that they love those people and support them are living in walled houses or walled mansions, in gated communities full of security. So none of those people come within 50 feet of them. Probably 100 feet. But they will claim that they love those same people. And they say, you know what? We got all this homelessness going on. Let's bring in more people who can't speak no English here, and let's get them government assistance, and let's push out all these Americans and these military veterans to make room for these people who can't speak no English. This is the type of world that we're in now. This is the reality, and people have to understand that. That's why I see everything from a world perspective. I don't just see things as just being black and white. Even though I do speak, on black people and black issues here and there, but we got a huge issue that is going to it could cause, y'all don't understand that all that homelessness and all these different, it can cause so many different things to happen. It could be a trickle down effect from which we have never seen. Shout out to Alpha Wiz. Nice work, JDB. I appreciate that, Alpha Wiz. Shout out to you, bro. We are in a state of decay and decline. We have nobody but ourselves to look at fixing this problem. The politicians don't, especially in California, don't seem to care. I've always wanted to visit California, man, but I've heard a lot of just crazy things going on there. I still would like to visit someday, you know. But I just heard a lot of crazy things, man. Hold on. Shout out to Solo TV 84. Salute, bro. Your work ethic is impeccable. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to Solo TV. Check out his channel. Shout out to TJ Hanna. Black homelessness in major cities is ridiculous. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Hello?
Yo, what's up, man? Hello?
Hi. This is D. This Jada Black.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? What's up with you?
No, chilling. Just wanted to call in just to say that I really like the show. I've been watching your content since about 2017. I really like how you really emphasize the red pill concept nowadays, and just want to say great job. And
Thank you, man.
I'm sorry, I'm having a really hard time hearing you.
Now, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate the words.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And as far as the whole homosexual thing, is like, I mean, we don't. Our community doesn't really emphasize the importance of going out for guys that are more successful, and and it's like whenever you try to address this whenever I try to address this inside my personal life with Black women, or even some women of other races too, it's like it's their body, their choice, and what I'm saying, they keep on talking that stuff. You can't really like get them to have any logic or stand by what they're saying whenever you look at the whole grand scheme of things. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, as far as I'm in school right now. I just and with my last with my ex and everything like that, she even said to me, like, for some reason, me just living there, even though I'm paying bills and everything like that, she feels like I'm using her or something. And I just feel like even after like 5 years that someone would say something to you like that, I don't know. It's just the atmosphere is just really weird.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But as far as like the homosexual thing, it's like I think that men have gotten too comfortable, over the last I would say 30 years, because times ain't as hard as it used to be back in our grandparents' days, you know what I'm saying? Or great grandparents. So these guys don't feel like they have to work as hard. And women are, because they're attracted to these guys for whatever reason, they're okay with dating these guys, and they're bringing children into this situation who are going to see this. And it just creates a bad effect, and I see that in a lot of people, man. That's why relationships just aren't the same anymore, because of the low standards that people have nowadays, and the fact that people won't work themselves out of the situation, and they want to live off other people.
Yeah, I was talking about when you think about the future, like 30 or 40 years from now, it's like, who's going to take care of us whenever we get older? And everybody's so out here so selfish, and it's just a really miserable state of affairs. Because it's like you could look out into the future, and you can see like nothing like what we're building right now isn't conducive to what is needed for our community. So it's just
Yeah, and healthcare being messed up doesn't help it either. You know, because the baby boomers hate healthcare. So it's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have to rely on people if it goes the way it's going now with it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You know, I mean, even if there, if we can, even if there was no health, like free healthcare and Medicaid and everything like that,
Uh huh.
at least we could still have strong families that would,
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, we can like lean on each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. And we
But
don't
that's
really
just,
have
it's just
that.
so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I said we don't. So some people don't even have that. You know, they just have themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame out here, but yeah, I just wanted to call in and give that little bit of input. I really appreciate the content, man.
Okay,
I'm
thanks.
listening.
Okay, cool, man. Thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate
No
it.
problem.
All right, shout out to him calling in. Yeah, that's why I emphasize people being able to get along with people and not isolating themselves, man. Because one day you're gonna need somebody, you know. You know, not saying that you have to have friends or you got to make nice with family members you don't like, but you have to bury the hatchet with people, man. You can't hold grudges with people, especially family members. Like if you got a family member that's willing to be cool with you and leave the past in the past, y'all have certain issues, I would say do so. I would say do so. You know. Don't isolate yourself. You know, that shit doesn't work, man, because you're gonna end up lonely. There are people, tons of people could probably tell you that. Tons of people who basically died by themselves, didn't have nobody, you know? All right, anybody else may take another call or two. I'm gonna take another call or two. Yeah, we do need people. Absolutely, we do need some people around us. Not saying we need a bunch, but just solid people around us. You know what I'm saying? Real people. You know. But these are some very harsh times, man. Some very harsh times, man. We are living in. You know. You see, the media used to be able to mask the issues that we had. Now they can't anymore. We know everything that's going on. You know? And there's a lot going on. There really is. And it just makes you, you know, uncertain about the future, you know? Especially in this country. You just don't know. You just don't know. You don't know what the future holds. No matter how good you think everything going for you, man, it could be 3 times as hard for somebody else. And you got the exploiters of that who exploit those situations for their own gain, you know? Miss Glitter, what's good? I see you. Like, when it comes to brotherhood, I'm probably gonna do a video on this. I did a video a while back called the bro code, right? The bro code. And I spoke about how men just don't have a code when it comes to each other anymore, you know? We just don't have a code towards each other. We tend to attack each other. We tend to disrespect each other. But we claim women are worse. But I've seen men do some of the worst shit to themselves than any woman could ever do to them. I'm not talking about child support. I'm not talking about, spouse support. I'm talking about in real life. In real life, I've seen dudes do some of the worst shit to each other. You know, Ms. Glitter, people, there was this, the black mayor of Compton said that blacks and Hispanics don't have issues with each other. I know that's complete bullshit. I know them Hispanics that can't stand black people. They've been running them out of them towns in Southern California for years. But yeah, man, I've seen guys do some of the worst shit to each other, man. Just some of the worst shit. Shout out to John Harris. I tell brothers about apprentice programs, 4-year programs start at $20, then jump to $50 completed. 2 people have taken the test in 3 years in San Diego. Really? 3 years? Wow. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Programs, 4-year programs start at $50. Take 3 years.
Yo, what's up? You're live.
Really? 3 years?
What's going on, man? I'm trying to see if I can call in.
Turn your background down, man.
Hello?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Jada Black, man? I appreciate your content.
All right, thanks, man.
Man, I just wanted to call in based on what you were talking about, man. I mean, you're absolutely right when it comes to a lot of these things and these broken homes and these black men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a problem.
Man, I feel the same way, though, when you come down to it. You know, I think it'd be some better things going on, but a lot of people just don't want to hold themselves accountable in certain situations.
Yeah.
And as far as that homeless thing you were talking about, man, I do believe it's going to trickle down to something worse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got the women out here, they homeless because they didn't use up all they assistance vouchers or whatever throughout life.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get older, they ain't got nobody because they didn't burn the bridges. I can't hear you, my bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And not only do they burn the bridges, but they don't even set their kids up with the child support that they have been getting for 18 years. They didn't put no, what they call like their refunds to the side. You know, they just didn't set them up to win overall, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, in the black communities, like, we don't get financial advice at all, man. They just, you know, we just get money, we spend money, you know?
Yeah, and here's the thing about that, though, because in reality, it's like back in our grandma and grandpa days, you know, they had to pick up books. Nowadays, you literally can lay in your bed and scroll through your phone and get the information you need.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people pay for a whole bunch of nonsense instead of paying for what they really need by far as like the seminars or the classes. And the money go come at least once a year if you get your tax refund to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to provide for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you choose not to do it, you saying something?
No, you go ahead.
And if they choose not to do it, like they gonna end up, you know, well, most of black individuals end up as far as jail time, you know, dealing with a baby mother because they didn't know how to deal with women a certain way, or there was no man around to help them deal with it, so they deal with things emotionally instead of logically. And it's just like it's a revolving circle, man. It's a revolving circle.
Yeah, I see it, and because I've noticed that you got women on social media, they're getting more agitated, they're getting more angry, they're coming up with all this, we're not protecting them bullshit, and it's like, you're coming up with all these excuses because you don't want to be accountable for the things you've done, you know? They keep trying to move the goalposts, you know?
Yeah, but I don't see it being like no end to it, man. I just see the whole problem just getting worse.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to be right, even when they're wrong.
Yeah.
But man, I just wanted to call in and say that, man. But I do appreciate the content. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It is a breath of fresh air, especially the effect that you got on it.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. All right.
All right, man. Stay up.
You too, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to calling in. All right, Angela. You take care. I love you. Saw my message. Shout out to you also becoming a member too earlier. So yeah. Ms. Glitter, you brought up the fact that there's tension between blacks and Hispanics. I didn't. But if you were to ask black people from Southern California, they will say that yes, we have, maybe it's not as bad as it used to be, but they've had issues with Hispanics. You know, they have had issues. You know, it's not me making up shit. It's not none of them making up shit. We know this stuff goes on. It may not be like it used to be. I might be able to take one more phone call. If not, I'll just close the phone lines down. Shout out to Dollar Washer again. What field do you think will be in demand in the next decade or so? I would say computers. Computer technicians. I think that's in high demand. Programmers, because that's the wave of that's going to be the wave of the next coming years. Is going to be technology. Everything pretty much going to be online for the most part. You know. I just see that increasing. I think those fields are increasing. There's a high demand for people who can, fix electronics, especially computers and program as well. Let me see. And he brought up STEM. Yeah. What's crazy? What's interesting about STEM is that you got some of these women's groups complaining that more women won't take STEM. When women don't care about that. Jay, African fan, love your content. Okay, Landani, appreciate that, Landani. Yeah, but I think everything is going to go more technological as far as that's concerned. Says security, electrical. Heating. Yeah, heating and cooling is also a field people are going into. I thought about that when I was attending college. Well, it's crazy. I did like some electrical engineering training when I was in high school. Like they had this alternative class that they allowed us to do when I was in high school for electrical engineering, where we basically would take apart and put together light bulbs. I did that when I was in high school. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Good day, Jay Black. How we doing, man? It's Richard calling in.
Okay, cool. What's
I
up,
want to
man?
chime in on the topic at hand.
All right.
Yeah, and first off, talk about job stuff. A field that's slept on a lot, which it actually is very lucrative, is pest control.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one area. And talking about this thing because like the women are complaining about because the guys are being broke, but like the thing you talked about earlier with the football player. She going back to taking him to court to get more money and stuff. It's just like, wait a minute, you had all this time to get yourself together, do what you need to do. Yeah. But then you going back. So it's like, yo, ladies, like, what you are cake and ice cream as well, as somebody said in the comments. It's like, come on now. Yeah. You either, you want these equality stuff, but yet you still trying to have us basically do stuff to be like, oh, well, we still need y'all to do this and the third, like you said. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, come on, man. It's like, look, come on, ladies. Like, and I know it's not all the ladies, but it's those who have that voice that. As I tell some people, it's like the people who are doing the most barking, but yet those who really need to step up and say something really need to. Yeah. I think it's a travesty that women are allowed to do that.
I think it's a travesty.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, though, yeah, man. Like I said, I'm enjoying the content. I did join your Patreon too, man. Because like I said, you always said it. You was like, look, man, you know, not help a brother out, but like say, hey, if you enjoy the content, stuff like that, man, get on board. So hey, man, I just gotta say, I went ahead and got myself on board as well, man. So
Okay,
continue to
cool.
do what you're doing, man, and appreciate me put my 2 cents in.
All right, cool. Well, salute to you for joining the Patreon and supporting.
All right,
and that's
definitely.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that's not a problem, man. You have a good one, man.
You too, man.
All right.
Shout out to him, man. That's support right there, man. Shout out to everybody that support me on the Patreon, man. That's much love right there, man. I know I appreciate that. That's it for the calls, people. That's it for the calls. But yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm putting live streams up there. I will start putting some original content up there. But the thing is, the reason why I haven't recently is because I've been working on building up my basic social politics channel, as well as this channel that we're streaming from. So that's been my main focus over the last 2 months. You know? But I definitely will start to put some original content back on there, you know. But yeah, salute to the patrons, man, and the members here on YouTube. Ms. Glitter, I can probably give you stories of Hispanic people. Like, I literally saw a court case on TV. That shit was so sad, where this family literally had to talk about being beaten out of being bullied out of a neighborhood. A whole family bullied out of a neighborhood by some Mexicans. But that's just me, you know. That's just me. I guess we have different perspectives. I guess it depends on where you fall in that situation. But I can tell you right now, man, just some of the stories I've heard and seen, man, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. A whole family bullied out of a neighborhood. You know? But yeah, that's about it for me. Much appreciation to everybody that's here. Please make a video exposing Angela Rye, the Demon Nazi. Oh yeah, she's definitely on my list, John. She's on my list, and I'm checking it twice. Okay. Yeah, Angela Rye, some of these other pro-wax. Then you got the white man chasers. They're definitely on my list as well. Because I'm getting sick of this whole, you know, blaming the men for everything. While we can't keep a man, we want to blame everybody else. While we're unhappy, while we've had a shitty life, but we want to make it seem like everything is good. Yeah. But yeah, all right, people. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good day. All right. And make sure that you follow me on social media if you have it, to keep up with the content. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They're all in the description. You know, as well as, you know, becoming a member here of the channel and supporting here. And, you know, all that is very appreciated. All right. So y'all have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.